All right, we were back with another pick'em video, and yesterday we ended up having a pretty solid day. I know I didn't tell you guys to throw the house at the picks we were talking about, just because it was one game. You can't throw a ton of money at one game. But we went 3-0 in the video picks, which was awesome. We talked about Saquon. Devontae kept it pretty simple for the Eagles, and it was pretty simple for that offense. I'm pretty sure I mentioned it was a weird scenario where I wanted to take Saquon and Devontae Smith's over, and they both receiving and rushing for Saquon, receiving for Devontae. But I wanted to take Hurts's under passing yards, and that ended up hitting as well. But on our Falcons side of things, we went to Drake London. That late drive, Kirk Cousins goes 75 yards down the field to win the game for him in that 1 minute drill. It wasn't even a full 2 minutes, I don't think. But Drake London gets the touchdown to get his fantasy score over. So 3-0 day. Going to try to ride that momentum into today. No football, but we're going to talk some MLB and some WNBA. It's also Taco Tuesday over on PrizePicks. And that's where we'll be focusing today. So if you're not on PrizePicks, definitely check the link in the description or use code RichPicks when signing up. You're going to get a $50 just put into your account if you just bet $5. So you just go in there, sign up using my code, put $5 in, bet something, and they're going to load you up with $50. So pretty win-win-win scenario there when you think about also getting a free month of my Discord when you use that code. So let me know if you do that. If you do that, it's a great way to support the channel. And let's quickly show the plays from yesterday. And yeah, we ended up not winning the play I put out just because I added Kirk Cousins. I thought he was going to get over there on that last drive, but he was getting huge receptions to Mooney, and they charge right down the field. So 2 more plays. I think that gets him there. But yeah, I added the Kirk Cousins play. It wasn't a video pick, but the top 3 went well over at the end of the day. Devontae Smith also was at 72.5 yards. I hope you guys got it there. And I completely forgot to put a slip in, so it did get bumped to 74.5. And I'm pretty sure Barkley did go up to 101.5, like I kind of talked about. But yeah, 3-0 in the video picks. Hopefully you guys did make some money off those plays if you took any of them. But let's jump into the board today and try to get some more winners. And we're actually going to start over on Outlier today. So this is one of the tools I use. You're going to see me use a plethora of different tools in here. If you're interested in any of them, if they catch your eye, again, links in the description for some sort of benefit. It helps me out, but also you're going to get a discount or a free trial of some sort. So if you're interested in any of them, again, links are in the description for you guys to check out. This is Outlier, and this kind of caught my eye right off the bat. I went to the WNBA tab. Things are kind of slowing down for the WNBA. I think the playoffs start very soon, only a couple more games, maybe 1 or 2 games for a lot of these teams. And DeWanna Bonner and Dejanay Carrington both kind of popping up here as pretty solid plays, not only just because of the hit rate the past few games, but because they did have a midseason trade that's kind of affected how they've been playing. So I want to point out both these. I think I kind of favor Carrington here. I'm going to show her first, but the last 10 games over this 5.5 first half points line in 90% of them, pretty consistently, 6 or more. Had one dud here where just misses out with 4 points. But the big thing I really want to point out here is when Marina Mabrey came over from the Sky, mid-season, looks like she's played 15 games with Carrington now on the Sun. 80% hit rate, 12 of 15 games. Something has changed where Carrington is a little bit bigger part of the offense, but bigger part of the scheme in general. As you can see, the last few games, 17, 18 minutes. There is an injury to Tiffany Mitchell here, 11 to 13 games when she's been out, and you do see the minutes again kind of creeping up, or up towards 15 to 17 minutes rather than 12 to 15 minutes. So some sort of good connection. Carrington's playing really well, especially in that first half. We just need 3 buckets or 2 threes, whatever works. But 6 points would get us over there. And there's been something that's different with Mabrey in the lineup, especially with Carrington. And the other one I want to point out, so I already pulled that up. So 5.5 first half points. If you want to go to fantasy score, I looked into that one as well. It's also looking really, really good. But I kind of like the hit rate of the 5.5 points a little bit better. She just needs to get 6 points, and she could do nothing else, so it should be great. Don't worry about turnovers. If she gets a steal, I might be kicking myself a little bit. But yeah, over 5.5 first half points there. And then DeWanna Bonner, you look at the less, and kind of very similar thing. If I want to pull up her Outlier page, you see the last 9 games she has not been doing much or doing as much offensively. You see the beginning of the year, again, these are all first half tabs. She's still a very solid scorer, but 50% hit rate. Last few games she has been dropped off a little bit. You see the head-to-head, she plays pretty well against them, but again, back in May and July. Now let's see those games with Marina Mabrey in the lineup playing next to her, and you see it's a 69% hit rate on the under very consistently the last 10 games or so. Only that one game where she's gone over. So this one scares me a little bit more just because, Bonner is a bigger name, and also, very close to a lot of these lines. Other than the last 5 games, she has not done much. and Minnesota's a good defense. So whatever way you want to do this, they do correlate pretty well if you want to throw them out in the same slip. I'm still kind of on the edge, but want to point out, Bonner and Carrington, both pretty solid plays since that addition of Marina Mabrey. And then moving on to the last play that I have for the WNBA for you guys, I still have some MLB plays that I'm really liking, but Kennedy Carter still in the first half, 17.5 first half fantasy score. She's been consistently going over this when she gets the time, especially in the first half, but for the full game. She's projected for 33 minutes tonight. Angel Reese is out for the season, a couple other potential injuries for today, but Kennedy Carter's minutes have risen throughout the season, and again, it's kind of a minutes play for me on this one, and she's been playing really well, whether it's scoring, it's typically a lot of scoring and a lot of, she can get a steal or two even in the first half for sure, can get 3-4 assists. Not a huge rebounder, but can do that as well. Kind of a little bit of everything. And again, she just needs the time, but really, really liking the hit rate on this as we kind of jump into her outlier page right here. So you see 48% hit rate for the season, but a lot of red at the beginning of the year, a lot of green near the end of the year. 5 straight games she's gone over this line. And you see the minutes, that big play. Again, 8 minutes, 6 minutes in the first half. Now she's getting more like 14, even 18 minutes in some of these recent games. And we go over the RotoWire projection model, and we can see she's projected for 33 minutes, actually most on the team for today. And when she gets over 30 minutes in a game, obviously that's going to translate to her first half minutes as well, but you can see the hit rate just keep creeping up. And when you get to 30 minutes, again projected for 33, she's over this in 91% of games. If she's expected to get 33 minutes, looking like she's going to get anywhere from 14 to all the way to the 20 mark, all the minutes in that first half. And she also has a really good history of playing this team as well. Gone over in 2 of the 3 games this season, but again, kind of throw out that first game, 11 minutes, she's more going to be in this 14 to 18 minute range where she cleared it in both the games. So Kennedy Carter here, really, really liking this one. If I had to choose like the top, like if I had to rank these, I guess DeWanna Bonner would probably be 3, maybe Carrington number 1, and then Carter number 2, maybe even Carrington and Carter, 1A, 1B. DeWanna Bonner plays really good at home, and this is a home game for her. She's been struggling, especially with Mabrey coming to town. She's been under this very consistently, but she is at home, and she plays a lot better at home. So still like it, but I'm kind of leaning Carrington and Carter a little bit more on today's slate. So moving along to some MLB plays right here. A couple of them have moved as I've been researching. Mark Vientos, we got him at 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs as a normal line. They took that away. Now he's only at a 2.5 hits, runs, RBIs. Demon, want to point out that potentially if you want to go to this, I don't mind it. He has been struggling a little bit recently. You see his last 10 games, 30% of games he's gone over this. But for the full year, 54% hit rate. Again, this is over the 1.5. I'm just going to show you what I was wanting to show you. But the big kicker here for me is 54% against left-handed pitchers, though 70% hit rate. You see a huge jump from 270 batting average to 333. He's consistently hit lefties a lot better. And going up against Mitchell Parker, 3 at-bats, 2 RBIs, 1 home run. So a decent history as well. So he crushes lefties. If you want to take the gamble on the Demon here, he's someone that we went to in the Discord. We got him at 1.5. If you want to take a risk of the Demon here at 2.5, wanted to show you that he is a lefty crusher, and he has some pretty good history against Mitchell Parker. And this is actually a great example for why you should be on different sports books. I know I do a lot of PrizePicks videos, but sometimes we're looking at Betr, sometimes we're looking at Underdog, sometimes we're looking at Chalkboard or Sleeper, whatever's got the value, you want to be attacking it. And again, just a great teaching point here. The Vientos line at 1.5, we just talked about it getting taken off PrizePicks. Well, it's still over on Betr, and you can see the value right here is insane. Minus 135 average sportsbook odds is absolutely nuts to be able to get for a 50-50 line. PrizePicks and Underdog are able to take those lines off very, very quickly. So, as this average line will creep up, PrizePicks and Underdog will take that line down. Betr is much, much slower, and we've been able to get insane value over on Betr. We had a 20x, just a few days ago or last week or whatever it was, and I haven't even been playing as much as I should be. But we're gonna be attacking Betr a lot recently. We have partnered up. You can use code RichPicks if you want to join Betr and get a free month in my Discord as well. It's a great way to get into my community for free, but also just that you see the value right here. They're not as quick as moving those lines. Sometimes Underdog has some good value, PrizePicks has good value, but Betr has really been showing that they're slower to move their lines, and we can definitely take advantage of that. So if you liked that Mark Vientos line and you're like, damn, I wish I could have got it on PrizePicks, well, you can still get it on Betr. Again, code RichPicks or the link in the description. Hit me up either in the comment section here in the free part of the Discord. You can join the Discord for free. Just hit me up in the general chat or DM me over there. Just get in touch with me some way. I'd love to give you guys a free month for using my code. I really appreciate that. All right, let's do that again. So then I'm going to quickly run through these other ones. Don't immediately copy this Ketel Marte one because it's actually a hits, runs, and RBIs line. That's not available anymore. But Patrick Bailey is available, 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. You see this one's still on Betr as well. Again, go get Betr. A lot of these lines that will eventually bump. Minus 130 value right now on PrizePicks is really, really good, but it might get taken off, but you might still get it on Betr. For some great value. So Patrick Bailey available on both right now. 61% of games he's gone under the under. Away games, 66% of games he's gone on the under. Hasn't had many games recently at all that he's gone over in away games. 85% hit rate on away games going on the under this line. So really like that. Look at the pitcher matchup. We got Suarez on the mound, 3.39 ERA, 1.28 WHIP. Very solid numbers from a pitcher. No head-to-head history, but you can see Bailey, again, a little bit better against righties, but kind of Suarez canceling that out with an ERA a little bit worse against left-handed batters. So they kind of cancel each other out. I like to see a 61% hit rate. Again, 85% hit rate in away games the past 20 games. Love to see that. And Bailey, hopefully staying under for us for tonight's game. Then moving along to Ketel Marte. I will say these two are probably my favorites of the four I'm giving you guys out. But Ketel Marte under, again, we're doing hits, runs, and RBIs line. This is not a total bases line. As you can see, it was available on PrizePicks, still available on Betr, but minus 128 value, really good market value. It might come back on PrizePicks, but that's kind of the beauty of being in the Discord. You get access to my slips right when I put them in, so you don't miss them on the bumps. But again, if you want to get this in, it is still available on Betr, showing that some of these books change their lines a little bit slower than the main guys. So it's always good to branch out, get the deposit match, get into my community for free, and take advantage of good lines. But let's go to Ketel Marte. Really, the biggest thing for me here is 53% hit rate. Anytime I see a 2.5 hits, runs, and RBIs line, I look at the under, even though they're great players, typically top of the order players that might get 5 at bats. But you can see a big drop in his batting average here, 255 down from 292 is his normal batting average. And he's going up against Ryan Feltner, not the best pitcher in the world. You can see his numbers: 4.89 ERA, 1.39 WHIP. But against Marte, 0 for 5. Marte against Feltner, 0 for 5. So that is something I'd like to see, and you can kind of see that in the head-to-head here. Most games, this is going to be taken into account in the bullpen and stuff. Most of these games, he is staying under for the year. And back to that game where Feltner played, he did have 1 run, no hits, no RBIs to stay under for us. So Marte, pretty solid there. Always hard to go unders on better players, but pretty solid spot there. Not to confuse you guys, it's not available on PrizePicks anymore. But yeah, Marte looking pretty solid if you do find that at 2.5 on the under hits, runs, and RBIs. All right, let's do that again. And then last but not least here, Nathan Eovaldi under 5.5 pitching strikeouts. Not my favorite line, but I do really like it based on market value and everything like that. Hit rate, not looking too great for my last 5 Warriors. I like to call people that just look at the last 5 games. You're going to hate this line because he's gone over in 4 of the last 5 games, and we're taking the under. Well, I'll tell you why. First off, great market value, minus 133.8 average sportsbook odds. That's insane. Still available on PrizePicks. It might get taken off, and if it does, I bet Betr will still have it unless this goes to like minus 145 value if all the books start liking the under even more and more. But very consensus, good market value to take advantage of. But then you look at the hit rate, 38% of the time he's on the under. A lot of games he's on the over. A lot of games he's going very far into these games as well. But it's a matchup play. It's not always against, it's not always about the hit rate. Sometimes it's strictly about the matchup, and that's what I'm going off of today. Toronto ranked 2nd in the last 30 days for K percentage against right-handed pitching. 2024 as a whole, 6th in K percentage. So they've consistently been really good about not striking out against right-handed pitchers. And with that and the market value here for Eovaldi, then you look at the head-to-head. They did have a game last year. I think he only went 3.5 innings or something like that, but a lot of things pointing in the right direction for Eovaldi. So he might be more of a half-unit play, but I wanted to point it out for you guys just because I'm giving out a ton of plays today. All right, so that's going to do it for this one. If you skip to the end, I know a couple people probably skipped to the end. We talked about 7 or 8 plays, so definitely you're going to want to watch the analysis and breakdown of all that. I did kind of get it down to 3 plays, I guess, of my favorite plays. Patrick Bailey under 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. Carrington over first half points, and Kennedy Carter over first half fantasy score. But again, we talked about a bunch of different plays. I like all of them. Every play that I showed you guys, I've already posted and played for today in the Discord and for myself. But yeah, these are, I guess, the top 3 if you only wanted a few plays for the day. But if you also got to this point in the video, definitely leave the video a like, a comment. That would be awesome too. It just tells YouTube to push this video out a little bit more. And if you want more content like this, we're going to be uploading daily, so subscribe if you haven't already. Again, check out the links in the description below. We have a community, a Discord community, where we're always talking. You get access to my slips, but you also get access to a bunch of cool people, a bunch of like-minded people, and they're always sharing plays and things like that as well. So definitely check out the links down below. Take advantage of Betr as well. If you're not on PrizePicks, obviously get on PrizePicks, but take advantage of Betr. Some of these lines that are too good to be true, PrizePicks will yank them off, Underdog will yank them off, but Betr will lag behind a little bit, and they just have some crazy value. So code RichPicks for all of these, code Rich or RichDFS for a couple other ones, but for PrizePicks, Underdog, and Betr, code RichPicks when signing up. You get a free month of my Discord as well. That will do it for today. This is a longer video, kind of coming out a little bit later. I want to get better at sending these out earlier so you guys more people can take advantage of them. But yeah, looking forward for the games tonight. Some good WNBA games. It is winding down. Playoffs are going to be coming, and that's kind of the scene for baseball as well. But wow, we got football on Thursday. Basketball is going to be starting soon. Just a lot of sports going on. Just means a lot more value and a lot more opportunity for us to make money. So we're going to try to continue to kill it. 3-0 in video picks yesterday. Going to try to make it. I don't even know how many 0. We again seven picks for today. So maybe 10-0 coming in for tomorrow. But I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. And good luck with all your bets. And yeah, peace out.